and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Welcome to the home of Cure Oxygen Spring Water. A breathtaking 1,000 feet above sea level, where the elements collide. In an area of outstanding natural beauty. This land, our land, embodies nature, and our methods respect it. We use clean energy, solar, hydro, wind, to bring you the cleanest water. Every drop, sustainably sourced from pristine Cornish farmland. From the raw beauty of rainfall to our state-of-the-art bottling facility, situated on an ancient underground lake. We're reminded of the timeless power of pure water. But it doesn't stop here. The secret of Cure lies in the pure oxygen we so carefully infuse. To breathe life into every bottle of Cure water, without chemicals or additives. Cure pushes the boundaries of what water can do, uniting life's most essential ingredients: water and oxygen. The next generation of hydration. Cure Oxygen, nature's ultimate water.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers here on IBN Channel 8. Of course, it's a pleasure being in your company this afternoon. Could you just turn that for me this way? Yeah, what happened is that I accidentally turned it the other way. A little more. Right, that's it, beautiful. Well done there, my producer assistant / technology specialist / car part supplier / Lal Bihari Patos. All right, so again, this is Breaking Barriers. I'm your host every Wednesday evening from the studios of IBN Channel 8. We are located at number 61 Bamboo Main Road, Bamboo Settlement number 2. In case you need to send a letter from your lawyer, you could send it to that address. And of course, our attorneys will address it expeditiously, especially my good friend Ravi Nanga, whom I will be meeting via Teams tomorrow morning for a session as we challenge an issue, a very simple issue at that. Anyway, all the best to Mr. Nanga and of course to his wife Sita and the family. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's start off with our first sponsor and of course Tile Expression Limited. And of course Tile Expression would like to thank you so much for your tremendous support and for the thousands and thousands and thousands of you who have supported them throughout the years and and have caused them to be the #1 tile supplier in Trinidad and Tobago right now. Just remember that, again, you don't have to wait for a sale from Tile Expression, and new containers are coming in every single week. So you can give them a call, and the number is on the screen. You can check them out, and of course, they will fix you up accordingly. All right, so a lot happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and if you don't know that, well, you're not living in Trinidad and Tobago, you're probably living somewhere else, but you still have access to the madness taking place in Trinidad and Tobago via social media. So guys, let's start the ball rolling, all right? Oh yeah, and just to let you know, viewers, you could subscribe to YouTube. Officially launched this evening our Breaking Barriers live page, so you could actually view the program on YouTube as well. So for those of you who are watching this right now, and for whatever reason you're not seeing the video as clearly as you would like, or you're not into the Facebook thing, but you would prefer to go on YouTube, you could just search YouTube Breaking Barriers Live, and of course you will get our page. Yeah, and that is where you'll get this program and whatever program that comes afterwards, because we have now started to upload. All right, so let's go to, right, Vani Rizal, right, 19 years old. Happy birthday from all of us here at Breaking Barriers. You know, I met her a few weeks ago together with mom and dad. A very humble young lady. May God continue to bless you, give you health and strength, and may your parents continue to have, the love that I see emanating from them continue to flow and flow and flow, like most parents, of course. So all the best to you. All right, so let's go, guys. Let's start the ball rolling. Congratulations! And why am I congratulating someone? Well, Brilliant had a little competition, and that competition stated that, if you come up with the best review, we are going to give you 2 free dinners. We're going to give you our limited jersey, Culinary Gangster jersey. And of course, there was some other thing. Anyway, let's pull up that review. And the winner of that review is Vidya Ramnarayan Basant. Vidya girl, you do a review there. You write a whole essay. Right? So, what am I moving the girl thing so far? So, right? So, Vidya Ramnarayan Basant, you are the winner of our competition. And of course, contact me. My number is 6844762. And if you want to see what Vidya wrote, you could go on our Facebook page on Brilliant and check through the reviews, and you will see what Vidya wrote. As I said before, it really put a smile on my face, because everything she said there is factual, because I know she comes there almost every week, so therefore I know for a fact that she's telling the truth. All right, so let's go, guys. I just want to say, right, about 2 weeks ago I mentioned Neil Cool, and Neil Cool, guys. I have my air condition. Pato sit down there in my kitchen, and he's asking me what making that noise. And this was over a year ago, a unit was installed, and we contacted Neil Cool, and I don't know if Neil Cool I don't know where they're from, but the fact is that who uses SMS messaging, right? And put back up those SMS messages, right? Neil Cool text here, we were trying to call you to come across to fix the unit for you. And this is on SMS messaging. Bro, nobody uses that anymore, right? And the fact is that for me, when you look at this, really and truly, I always say, these fellas and them know I live in, to come and collect a check, they know I live in here. Right? Now, here what happening now. If by tomorrow, Neil Cool, all here come and sort out my unit, I am personally going to take down that unit, and I'm going to put that unit in front of all your place in Cunupia. Right? And I'm serious, all you know me, I that dread. Right? I'm going to do it, because really and truly, I have a tractor in my house for the last month. And this level of service, I am not going to tolerate that dotishness. Better than that. All right, so here what happening. All you have a little time, by tomorrow, 4 o'clock, if this thing is sorted out, that unit coming in front of all your place, and they're going to lime in front of it. And every week, all the name going to be calling here. Because I don't tolerate dotishness. I really don't tolerate this dotishness. Right, so let's go again, guys. Police service fires 19 contract workers hired by Griffith. It has been confirmed that 19 civilian contract workers with the police service have had their contracts terminated. The workers were hired by former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith, who is describing the move as blatant political interference in the service. Now, that is a scary thing, but that is not so scary because the PNM is well known, right? The present administration is well known for interfering with the police service and for using the police service as if they are, similar to the Gestapo. So the reality of it is that on both sides, you have them using the police service. On UNC side, on PNM side, both sides they do it. But this time, it is bad. If I tell you it's bad, it's real bad. So 19 people who got contracts through Gary Griffith, all of a sudden their contracts terminated. Boom, it out the door, it gone. Bye-bye, adios amigos. Let's see what's next. Right, let's go again. Right, so DCP McDonald Jacob is reported to have said it is a cost-cutting exercise. He said in some cases the contractors would have been made redundant, while in others the work would have already been completed. Right? So wait, let's go now. Let's go to the other slide. Right? Now, listen to this carefully. Now, come back to me, guys. Now, remember Jacob said that it was a cost-cutting exercise. You know what that reminds me of? When Fazil Mohammed was fired from TTT. Right? Under Kamala and them. Fazil was fired because Suraj and all of them was saying cost-cutting exercise. So we know how this cost-cutting exercise thing does work. Right? You don't have to have waka to get involved with this cost-cutting exercise. So let's go on to that other slide. It has been confirmed, right? And then this is in the Guardian now. The lower part, the underlying part, and then the underneath is from the Guardian. Another terminated worker said he preferred all his money in a big tranche. You see, that allows me to move on. If I get paid every month, it means that I will still be tied to the TTPS. Now imagine my boy home doing nothing, but he just collecting a check, and he still believe he's being tied to the TTPS. All your good, yes? Until my contract is up, but I am not working for them. If you pay me a lump sum, I could cut my ties with the TTPS, and I'm on my own. Stating that next October his contract will come to an end, he disagreed that the termination by Jacob was part of a cost-cutting measure for the TTPS. Whether a lump sum is paid or not, it cannot be a cost-cutting exercise because you are still paying us until the end of the contract. All you're seeing the mad thing that's going on here? Come back to me, guys. So let us get this straight. Jacob said, right, and that's Jacob, the acting commissioner right now. Or there's no acting commissioner right now. There's none. So Jacob, in the position as financial man at the TTPS, said that this is a cost-cutting exercise. How do you cut costs when you still have to pay the people? And better yet, all those people being paid for work that they did not do. Instead, you could have kept them, utilized them. Show here what's happening. All you here for the last 2 years. Let me see what all you do. Well, I could tell you that Francis Joseph, okay, you get rid of he, okay, no love lost, get rid of him. I don't have a problem with that. I know Lisa Ghani personally. Lisa Ghani is a brilliant woman, and Lisa Ghani is no skull woman. If you give Lisa Ghani work to do, Lisa Ghani will do her work. So when it comes to public relations, yes, I agree that you need to do something. And then, yes, I also agree that, yes, maybe I hire too much people to wear because I don't know why people, when they get in power, whether it is who or what, all it is go on a spree to hire X, Y, and Z because all those people, out of the 19, maybe we should have hired just 10. Maybe. Because there were people like myself where goods and services was concerned and we were not being paid. We will deal with that in a little while. But the reality of it is that when you look at what is taking place here, you have a cost-cutting exercise that is not cutting no cost. So what sense does that make? How could that make sense? Could you tell me? It makes absolutely no sense. It is utter stupidness that we are sending people home and we have to pay them because they are home. Let the people work. Let them take Port of Spain traffic. Let them come and face the pressure and sweat like everybody else if they were sweating. But to terminate them and still pay them, nah, all you come better than that. Let me just welcome Neil Schuss to this segment. for all your Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Volvo, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, you name it, parts, and they will be able to fix you up accordingly with anything you want, whether it be genuine, replacement, big parts, small parts. If they don't have it, they will bring it in for you. Neil Shaw's located right in Aruka. The numbers are on the screen. All right, so let's go again, guys. McDonald Jacob, and this is an allegation. This is floating around all over the internet. But not only that, the former Room 201 man, Puff Puff, was talking about this study. Right? Puff Puff was talking about it and mentioning on here. So this is an allegation that everybody in Trent. So this is all over the place. So I am just adding it to all over the place. And like I said before, it's an allegation. So let's take a look. McDonald Jacob and head of HR at the TTPS, Ms. Ramgalam, fired a groundsman, Gary Hyde, who was making $5,000 a month. So the groundsman get bust through too, right? A man, and you know, these people, you need to see the families that these people have. So what could a groundsman do? You know, what risk are you taking with a groundsman? You fire the groundsman to do what? To bring in your own? Well, let's see where we go from here, right? So, but both of them kept their children employed at the TTPS. So is it fact that Ms. Ramgalam have a daughter, a son, or somebody who is employed within the TTPS? Does Jacob have a son, a daughter, or a family member in the TTPS whose combined salaries is over $30,000 a month? Right? And these people were also hired on contract by Gary Griffith. So what we are hearing is that they lick up everybody else but their family. That is the allegation. That is the allegation. Well, boy, all I can tell you is the money that they save, the TTPS could actually give the Prime Minister golf cart driving lessons. Right? So he wouldn't bounce on nobody on the ankle. I understand that. I mean, at the end of the day, if that was me, I lie down there and I am moving. Boy, here what happening. When I done, here all the razors for your head, again all that too. Right? So let's, you know, I want to show you something too as well. Remember I told you a few weeks ago that I had no choice but to shut down my business. And when I shut down my business, many people knew my employees. And this is just, right. This was one of my last staff meetings with with some of my employees. Actually, three to the back of the desk with me, one missing, and those were the others. And I had to actually meet with my staff and tell them, because the TTPS is not paying their bills, all of you going home. Was this fair to them? These fellas who have wives and mothers and children to feed, was it fair to them? Of course it was not fair to them. But you know why? But you know why this is not a problem? Because this is Inshan Ishmael workers. Send them home. Even though, according to Sumit Ramrup and all the others, we were one of the most efficient garages in the country. The most cost-effective, saving the police millions of dollars. We got one private business to give the TTPS $600,000 in police repairs. Yes, all you heard correct. I was the only one out of all the garages that got the TTPS to get a private businessman to pay $600,000 in police repair for vehicles. We were offering parts the cheapest, and our throat was bust because we were not paid. And now others, there are some others outside there, they are the good ones. And then there are the crooks and the conmen who rob the police. Well, they are back in the system again. They are back in the system again. The same one where the brakes pad should cost $595 and they're charging $1,200 and $1,300, and the brakes pad expiring before you match. Those are some of the people back in the system. And then they're talking about cost cutting when people like myself and other companies, I could call him, like for example, Warrell Regis, the greatest respect I have for that man and his company. But the reality of it is that people like us will continue to be under pressure, sometimes not getting paid for months and for years, because the reality of it is that we have money to waste. But we don't care about the employees downstream. We don't care about the people who have to feed their families. We don't care about the people who have to take care of their children. We don't care. We do as we please. And this is what the TTPS now. The TTPS is the Gestapo. It is the exact duplicate of the Gestapo. There is no ifs, ands, or buts now. And we will talk about that as we go along. Let's go again. No, I want to stick with the TTPS, guys. This thing with Abu Bakr and this thing now. And Jacob. Right. This is the editorial from the Express. Let's take a read. After looking the other way while multiple regulations were breached under their noses at the funeral of Yassin Abu Bakr, one wonders where the police service will now find the moral authority to enforce the law against anyone. And it is a fact. It is a fact. I mean, come back to me. Look right now, for example, and I want to, all right, let's go back to that and then I will get into the meat of it. Right? As to explain, Deputy Police Commissioner McDonald Jacob told the Express it wouldn't have been wise and that certain decisions were made because it was felt that it might have made matters worse had the police attempted to take action. The police is admitting here that they put their bloody tail between their leg and walk away. That is what the police service is admitting to you know. They're admitting that they're a bunch of blasted cowards and they go after who they want, when they want, like the Inshan Ishmael, right? Like men like ASP Smith and could cost me about my mother and get away, right? And then wear on khaki and feel bad. You understand? And fellas like Meister could come by Baraka grounds and threaten and threaten and threaten. These are the characters we have in his service. And with Gary not there again, God only knows what's going to happen. God only knows. Let's go back to that. It was felt, right, we beg to disagree. Wise leadership would have thought through the challenges posed by the funeral of a religious leader in this time of COVID and figured out a way to recognize the need for sensitivity while respecting the law. As an organization that has prided itself for its almost military discipline, we cannot accept out of hand that the Imam's family and Jamaat members would not have complied with a reasonable set of instructions that respected the occasion and the law. Even within the time limits of an Islamic funeral, it was possible to have created remote viewing spaces at the Jamaat compound in conformity within the regulations for gathering size and social distancing. And I agree, several tents could have been set up, 10 persons per tent. You have 10 tents, 100 people there. Problem solved. In addition to the fatal illness itself, possibly the worst aspect of COVID-19 has been the painful reality of those who have had to endure the distress of having their loved one die alone and then being denied, right, the balm that comes from rituals of grief. Let's go to the other part. And to the thousands of people who have had to comply with the law in attending funerals by virtual means, the sight of the packed crowd at Bakr's funeral must have been galling as the final impunity for a man known for impunities. Perhaps DCP Jacob has forgotten the extent to which Bakr himself, a former policeman, had compromised police officers, customs officers and members of the Defence Force on his way to staging his coup in 1990. It was the willingness of many members of the protective services to facilitate Bakr's illegal activities or look the other way that carried the country to the brink. And yet, even when this close relationship, he thought nothing of ordering the firebombing of police headquarters that killed the young sentry on duty. A year ago, former Commissioner Gary Griffith got into trouble with the Prime Minister over selective policing when officers from the Four Road station seemed to have given a free pass to loiterers around a pool in a gated apartment complex, while young men from Silat were being arrested and humiliated when found in breach of the regulation. The cry then was about discriminatory policing. The fact that DCP Jacob could defend a policy of different strokes for different folks of the grounds of it being wise thing to attest to the leadership challenges in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And this is a fact. You can't deny this. There's a serious problem with leadership. And I've said it before, and I've said it 1,000 times on this program. You have people who bust glass, who block up the whole habitum, never get charged. Inch and Ishmael just talk about a drift event, and they had a police vehicle park up on the compound. And I will remind you of that police vehicle again. Do we have a picture of that police vehicle, guys? Yes, we do. This police vehicle that I helped repair. And not only that, they changed shift on the compound. When the other officers with the car, with the other car, which I repaired too as well, when their shift finished, these fellas take over. And this is the Gestapo type of police we have in this country. Because they are giving instructions, say what, Inshan Ishmael having something, all go down there and give him pressure. But always a blasted set of cowards. Always a set of cowards, because all you know me, I ain't no terrorist, I ain't no gun runner, I ain't no this and that. And no matter how much time all try to set me up, no matter how much time all try to arrest me, I keep coming back. I keep coming back like a wife. You know, some of them you try to move out and, you know, they just can't move out. You know, they just stay. And, you know, we need to clean up the police service. And I feel to clean up the police service, we need something like BioTab. Right? Because quite frankly, the present methods that we have, it's not working. It's not working at all. Right? Now, let me just welcome a new sponsor here. And of course, this product is distributed by Matvern, and it's very simple. Comes in tabs, throw some water, and you could utilize this in the medical field. I'm talking about sanitization, unlike anything that you have ever seen. Hospitality, for those of you who have your private medical institutions, for those of you who have doctors' offices. The food industry. Remember, COVID is a big issue now because you have employees who may be COVID positive and they are touching everything. And not only that, employees have a habit of trying to wear their mask on their chin. So this is something that you need to use anywhere and everywhere. As for logistics, remember, you have companies that deal with shipping and transportation. You have courier companies, etc., and all these companies utilizing, you know, services and products that ends up in your home. And of course, the aviation industry. And forget the aviation industry too. Think about you going on a plane and somebody sat down there who had COVID. Take it, spray it all over, and wipe it down, and you're good to go. And of course, automotive. For many of you who travel, you could actually mix this. A little tab, put it in some water, and spray it. And this is guaranteed to work on, well, COVID-19 and mashing it up one time. And that is the big thing right now. But what it does, especially for people who have problems with, you know, with insects, and you have like flies and those things, when you spray it, they don't come around, you know. They just leave. For example, I put some on the counter in Bamboo, and I noticed people used to come and always ask me for things. They don't come back at all. So it ain't only getting rid of all kind of pests. You understand? And then, of course, you could use it in your pool and spa and in the agricultural field because it's safe for consumption. All right, so I will give you some more information as we go along. BioTab, you can contact them for distribution requirements, or if you want a wholesale or retail, 329-6275. That's 329-6275. Give them a call, BioTab 7. All right, so let's go again, guys. Now, I want a little pause this here. I just want that to pause for a few seconds because let us look at this carefully. Now, I am never going to defend the picture below. It was wrong. It was blatantly wrong. The gathering at the funeral was illegal. It should never have happened. The Monroe Jamaat should not have allowed crowds to gather there. And if people had asked us to use Baraka grounds for this, we would have refused because we know it would have been in breach. And this is why people who lead organizations, they need to understand that we are taught as Muslims, obey the law of the land. And of course, obey the laws of our faith. And the only way we don't obey the laws of the land is if it conflicts with the laws of our faith. So the fact is that the laws of our faith tells us that here what's happening, COVID-19 are wrong, it have regulations in place. No matter how dotish the regulations are, we are supposed to comply. So the leaders involved here should have known better. Exactly, you get about 10 screens, you put it all over, and you have your thing. Nobody has say no. But I want to show you how some people think that it's only Muslims get away. Remember, I'm a Muslim, and I just get pressure. But right now, as we speak, the Nagara going on right now, and the people who are on the stage dancing have on no mask. You ain't hear nothing about that. People gathered all over underneath, and right now there's an expo going on, right? A food fest, hundreds of people, but nobody are talking about that. So the fact is that both things are wrong. So why it is you don't see or hear that? Because you see again, some people could get away on one side and some people can't get away on the other side. Overweight. Is that fact? Because the Hindu community could not have had their cremations. They give them pressure for that. They give them pressure for that. But the Muslims could have had a massive funeral, not only recently, but before that when Bombay, right, in Lavanti. So the fact is that a Muslim who appears to be a law-abiding citizen cannot have a funeral for more than 10. But a Muslim who broke the law and did X, Y, and Z, he could do as he pleased. You know, in this country of madness, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? Let's go again, guys. Yeah, we'll take that after break. 5 killed, cop shot as mayhem continues. What I'm going to tell you? This is Trinidad. This is Trinidad. This is where we are in this country right now, where madness is going on. And I've always said, here what's happening. All you don't want to put back Gary, that is all a prerogative. But the fact is that putting back Gary in that position should not be a political one. You see, anytime you make the police service a political appointment, you get what you're getting now. You're getting people firing, hiring, doing what they want. And of course, giving people a blight, especially people who, you know, they are afraid of. So for me, when I look at what is taking place, I am not surprised, I am not shocked that we have reached this level of madness in Trinidad. Because you see, we are a type of people that accept nonsense. We really does accept a set of dotishness. All right, so let me just welcome RPM. And of course, for those of you who plan to bring in your stuff early for December, do so, because you know there's going to be a huge rush. And with COVID still around, you know what is going to happen if you don't push to get your stuff in early. So if you have to order in, right, organize. For me, 25th of December is a very important day for me, right? 25th of December, right? Very important. That is the day my son, my first child, was born, right? And the thing is that it happened, this boy put his mother in 24 hours labor, and 10 minutes after 12 on the 25th, poop, he come out, right? And as a child, he never give no trouble, still don't give no trouble. So it is a worthy celebration. You know, some parents will have a child birthday coming up and it's like they vex because the child turned out to be boy, I don't know now. We, on the other hand, the only bad habit this boy have is spending with money. He's still trying to recover. Right? So, and he's right here sitting down listening to me, so I'm giving him pressure. So, remember, make sure contact them 224 for RPM. If you have not joined up now, join up immediately. Let's move along, guys. Right. I want you to listen to this. Go ahead, please. Play.
If he is not favored by the political directorate, and from all utterances, I believe that that is in fact so, I cannot see how he stands a chance of having a new term in office.
Nizam Mohammed, former Speaker of the House. And what he's saying there is fact. But it should not be so, because the majority of the people I spoke to, the people, and I ain't talking about Chukota, Trinidad. You know, when you meet people, you talk to them, and the vast majority was pleased with what Gary Griffith was doing. And I've said it before, Gary ain't perfect. Gary was never perfect. But what he did no other commissioner did except Philbert in terms of bringing back some level of respect and bringing some, the criminals had a little fear. Now all of a sudden, criminals having party where they're putting up marquee tents celebrating that Gary gone. Because now it's time to misbehave again. Now it's time to rob. Now it's time to kill. Now it's time to kidnap. Because you know why? The police service, the morale of the police service has gone down to an all-time low now. And you notice how they're taking their time now with selecting and, well, there is an excess. But the question is, anyway, I'll ask that question a little bit later on. Let's go again, guys. Right. PSA audit reveals millions in deficit. Election coming up in Tobago. All of a sudden now, the audit reveals millions in deficit. And I have a serious problem with this. Yes, I am concerned that there are millions of dollars gone missing. But you know what? When you hear about a $1.2 billion airport that we do not need right now, who come in to utilize that kobo? And we spending $1.2 billion. That is of concern to me. That is the bigger concern. We got $5 billion for COVID. $5 billion. Where that money gone? And we will talk about that a little bit later on. Because quite frankly, when you look at what is taking place and the handling, too many deaths still. Too many deaths still. Let's go again, guys. Right. I wanted to take a look at this. My partner, Donnie, right, sent this to me, right, and it's an oil spill, and I'll tell you, right, this is in Agapito, Tres, Santa Flora, and let me see, yesterday morning there was an oil spill near my home. The lines belong to Heritage Petroleum. They were contacted and informed of the leak. Personnel, must see, the guys asked if we noticed where it started, and we told them whatever we knew pertaining to the issue. My yard was heavily affected. And the reality of it is that they came, they threw some sand, and imagine this in your backyard. And not only that, the young lady had to be hospitalized because remember that you would get a heavy smell and it would affect your breathing. And of course, imagine this around your property. So they said they're going to throw some sand to absorb X, Y, and Z. Right? So I don't really know what we know in the neighborhood. I really don't know. That's madness. Let's go. Let's go again, guys. Ministry promises legal action against those behind theft at Sealot's pump. Oh, now, everybody stoops in here. You know why everybody who in the station right now stoops in? Because they know that it is rubbish, because that pump already gone right within the area there, disassembled and put in a container and exported. That pump gone in parts. That pump cut up and gone. And we know that these are the same people that the TTPS fear. You understand? They're going to touch him. They're not going to touch him. Who house they going to break open? Where they going to check? Arrest my foot. Or there's a bunch of cowards. Or they're not going to do that. Or they'll come after me. Because I calm, collective, you know what I mean? I don't hear my head to pull. Let's go again, guys. Oh, right. So what we'll do, let's thank RPM for sponsoring this segment. Of course, it's 25, nearly 25 to 9 already, time flying. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited. Quality you can trust.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
And welcome back. Of course, this segment brought you courtesy Mitsu Air Limited. And Mitsu Air, I don't know why I didn't know all over a year ago, otherwise I would not be rooting out my hair, right? So remember, for all your air conditioning needs, whether it be commercial, residential, you can check them out. Remember, they have inverter units, so you save big on electricity. And the warranty, 10 years. 10 years, imagine that. 10 years warranty on parts and labor. All right, so you can give them a call. That's the number on the screen, 675-4000. All right, so let's go on to the meat of the matter now, of course, COVID. Let's take a look at this. Don't make a joke. 147, right? 147. What I gotta tell you? Right, good. Let's go down. Let's see what's happening at the bottom of the page. All right, let's see what's going on. Right, okay. Right. Okay. I want all you to take a look at something here now. Zoom in, right, and take a look at this. Percentage of patients in the parallel healthcare system who are not fully vaccinated. Now, when you say you are not fully vaccinated, it means that you have been vaccinated, but you have been given one shot, or you have not had the time for the vaccine to work. Because they say if you take the shot, the second shot, it does not really come into effect about 2 weeks afterwards. So you give it time to work. So I want you to watch this carefully. Percentage of patients in the parallel healthcare system who are not fully vaccinated, 93.7%. Which means that 93.7% of the people there are people who may have had the vaccination, 1, or 2, the time for it to become effective has not reached us yet. And all you're telling me to go and get vaccinated? All you're telling me to go and take a jab? All you're mad at, all you keep that. Right? All of a sudden now you're not hearing them talking about this. Let's go again. Right, next slide. I thought that was a mistake. I thought this was a mistake. But then the ministry verified it. Because when I saw on the TV6 news that the total number of patients in the parallel healthcare system was that, and then the total number of patients in the parallel healthcare system who are not fully vaccinated, so it was not an error, I realized that people bypassing this and don't understand what the hell really going on here. So 94% of the people in the parallel healthcare system are people who have had 1 jab or 2 jabs and it take reach the effective period as yet. Like I tell earlier, all who want to rush and take, God bless all you. That is all your choice. For me, I stay far away from that. Let's go again, guys. Doctors fear ethical minefield of deciding who lives and dies from COVID. In other words, because of the situation right now, because of the intensive care unit spaces, the hospital beds, because it's up to capacity now. They now have to go and decide, well, here what happened. You looking like you could live. You belong to a rich family. And for me, doctors could have made a decision and said, here what happened. To hell was with the minister. To hell was with WHO. And we giving everybody ivermectin. And all of a sudden things back to normal in the country. But no, that would never happen. Because you know why? For some doctors, unfortunately, even if, and this is sad, for some doctors, if somebody come and tell them, you see this herb is good for you because your stomach is X, Y, and Z. And it'll help you to recover from the acid in your stomach. No, don't take that. Take a tablet. Take a tablet made by Merck or made by this one, AstraZeneca. Take that because that is what they learn. But I remember long time and up to not too long ago when we used to go by Papa in Marabella there to get robbed down. Man, you have Nara. And for the children, you have Hasuli. When that man put a crack on you, you're going in there on your knees walking. And you're coming out back running. A chiropractor will tell you that is a madman. Don't go there. A chiropractor will tell you them people don't know what they're doing. But even from a young child, we went there. And we had our bones cracked, our backs adjusted, our shoulders fixed, our legs. And not one problem. But it worked. And we here. So similarly, the same doctors that you have now not going to tell you that ivermectin is going to work. Of course not. That is unethical. How could they do that? Even though they may be saving thousands of lives, they would not do it. Well, I'm going to tell you. Their choice. Let's go again, guys. Smooth restart, but concerned parent threatens to sue ministry over child safety. As both vaccinated and unvaccinated students informed 4 to 6 restart in-person classes yesterday, one parent has threatened to sue the Ministry of Education over the safety of her child. It have vaccinated and unvaccinated children going to school together, which is ridiculous. I know 3 children already who have been vaccinated and they have gotten the COVID. Now what is more stupid? You wanted to sue the ministry or that statement that you just made? Imagine this. It have vaccinated and unvaccinated children going to school together, which is ridiculous. Apparently, you don't go Price Mart. Apparently, you don't go to the supermarket. Apparently, you don't come out your house. You only concerned about the children. And you concerned about your child. Even though your child vaccinated, you are afraid because your child vaccinated. That is what you call dotishness. The children who are unvaccinated should be worried, but they're not worried. Let's go back to that. Right? So I am worried for my child. The mother said she will be holding the Ministry of Education responsible if her daughter contracts the virus. So let me ask this mother a question. How does she know if the child get the virus from the school? It have an ID. The virus have an ID. Do we see a SARS ID on the virus? Do we see a St. Joseph College or St. George's College or St. Joseph Convent badge on the virus? There's no way of knowing that your child contracted the virus from the school because your child could get it from anywhere. Maybe the bus that she's traveling in, maybe when you take she out somewhere, anywhere. But what is even more ridiculous is besides the virus, is that, and I could use St. George's College as an example. Right now, St. George's College missing 3 to 4 teachers. About 4 teachers. St. George's College is short of 4 teachers right now. Imagine that. Children complaining, parents complaining, and what is happening? What is the ministry doing? What is the ministry doing about that situation right now? And not only that, my daughter, for this week, she went to school 2 days, stayed home 1 day, because 1 day of class. Because why? Teachers, they don't have teachers to teach the subjects. And it is important subjects. What is going to happen to these children and their SBAs? In Trinidad, the problem that we are having right now is that the government is making our children, I don't know, it's like zombies. These children are coming out of school and coming out of an education system as if they were in Form 1 and they're in Form 4. Something needs to be done. And I hope that somebody in the Ministry of Education is looking on in regards to this whole scenario of missing teachers at that school. Because really and truly, it is sickening, it is disgusting. I have 2 daughters going to George's, and really and truly, we have had enough where that is concerned. Time for them to step up. Time for the ministry to step up and do what they have to do. Let me just welcome Extra Care to this segment, and I want to again say to Extra Care, thank you so much for all that you do for the various communities. You are indeed a very blessed company, and of course I'm talking to the people at Atlantic Trading Company Limited for all that you continue to do. Let's go to the slides again, guys. You know, when I saw this article, I said to myself, why would a vaccinated child bully an unvaccinated child? And this is not the children doing it, you know. You know where the children learning it from? Home. The mother and father talking nonsense. The mother on the phone, the mother on Facebook, and the mother teaching the daughter and the son the wrong things. And this is why they will go in school and repeat what the mother and father say and treat other people's children like garbage. And I told my daughter, don't allow anybody to bully you. Remind them you are Ishmael's daughter, and they will feel the wrath of Ishmael. Nobody's going to bully my daughter. Nobody's going to bully my children. Not now, not ever. And for those of you children who are bullying other people's children, you are a bunch of cowards, and so to your parents. Come now, man. This for that done. I mean, how stupid can people be? You're vaccinated and you're worried about getting the virus? Think about how stupid does that sound. Can't sound more stupid than that? Let's go again, guys. Oh God. Well, boy, I read this and I became confused. You know, children going back to school and we still have safe zones. What sense does that make? Because those same children who go to school, 300 children in one school, mixing with everybody, under no control environment, because you think you're going to tell children don't talk? You think you're going to tell children don't take off the mask? Children will be in little circles with their masks off, because as adults, we don't like having that thing on our face every day. So imagine for children, they will be the same. So let's go back to Heinz and hear what Heinz have to say. The announcement that unvaccinated senior secondary school students will be allowed to return to physical classes together with their vaccinated counterparts has since led many to question the viability of the government's safe zone. However, the Ministry of Health's Epidemiology Division's Technical Director, Dr. Avery Heinz, explained yesterday both policies can be compared. Now here is where this man started to lose me. It's not really a fair or relevant comparison to compare a school with a safe zone. Okay. Safe zones are spaces that have been established for recreational activity among fully vaccinated individuals. This is activity whereas it is economically viable and valuable. This is Heinz talking here. This is the garbage that is being spewed out of this man's mouth, and this man is thinking, I'm making sense, you know. This man is quoting things for papers to type and write back, and this is not a mistake, you know, people. Only listen to the rubbish coming out of these people now. It isn't considered absolutely essential, and therefore you can make stipulations around individuals being fully vaccinated to participate in these activities so that you have additional movement with reduced risk. However, he said, the school setting is not recreational outside of the classes. What it is, Caliph? Isn't it recreational? Isn't it fact that every child does not go to school and remain in their class from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.? So anything outside of that is recreational for a child. What happened to all you? Something wrong? Pull it back. However, he said, right, here we go. We're hoping that people do understand the difference between what applies to the safe zone concept and what would apply to essential activities that go beyond recreational to having additional necessity, he said. Heinz, honestly, your talk has set a garbage day. That is the biggest set of rubbish that I've ever seen in my life, because the safe zones where people are only vaccinated, and here what happening, still all you're getting COVID in all your tail, and you have schools where the unvaccinated and the vaccinated live in and could go home to their unvaccinated mother and father and go home to their unvaccinated brothers and sisters. But that is not a problem, but all you have safe zones. 8 hours in school. 8 hours in school. But church service limit to 2 hours. Right? I don't know which pastor or priest. I know imam don't need no 2 hours. Which churches have a service for more than 2 hours, right? In Baraka grounds, we limited to 30 minutes. You're talk for 30 minutes maximum. People have to go back to work. That's it. All right, so let's go to the other slide, guys. Good. We saw this. All you know how much ICU bed? We are doing a hospital right now. So what we have been doing is that we have been checking out pricing and you could get a good quality ICU bed for around $16,000 to $18,000. A ICU bed, a 7-function ICU bed, you could get for about $18,000. But in Trinidad, because you have to give kickbacks to everybody, that bed will cost $190,000 plus VAT. For $1 million, we could have gotten a large amount. In fact, when you look at the amount of beds, you're talking about 50 beds or more we could have gotten. But you know what? In Trinidad, we are a bunch of jokers. And this is what I keep telling people. You have political sycophants who don't care. You could be living in a cesspit, and right now, with what is going on, you're happy. You have no worries at all. You have no stress. You don't have no concern, because the reality of it is that you support who you want to support. And we're going downhill. We were talking just now about how this country is going down and people not doing anything and everybody waiting for this SOE to hit the streets. Let me tell you something. What they are putting in place is a police service unlike any other police service Trinidad and Tobago has ever seen. And if all you think what we saw was bad, what you're going to get now is going to be 10 times worse. I said it before. Undermining the police service used to work for the government of Trinidad and Tobago. They used to do their bidding. Now we are back to the same thing again. But this time, it's 100 times worse under the dictator. 100 times worse. But you know what? We like it so. Let's go to your slide, guys. Republic Bank. We are on our way to reaching our goal of getting Trinidad and Tobago 70% fully vaccinated. 40% and then boasting. But Republic Bank, why don't put up the percentage of who get in foreign exchange? Republic Bank is a hospital, no? No, all you're giving away thing. All you're good with percentages now. Let us see the percentage of private citizens getting foreign exchange. Let us see all you work out that percentage. Because for the last 2-3 weeks, I get $0, not $1. And you know, Patos, Republic Bank Valpak services some of the wealthiest clients in the country. Because they have Valsane right there. How much them Valsane businessmen and them getting Republic Bank? Could you tell me, please? Could you tell me? All them big Sawati who have been banking with all for years, what are they getting? Don't tell me they're getting nothing in the last 3 months too. You understand? It's only the black sheep. Let me know. I would like to know. But you see how all are good with figures. All you know is 41% fully vaccinated and we get in there, I want to know how much private citizens get US currency from all you. Let us see the statistics too. Let us see that, because it's only fair. So, we need to take another break. Remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. I'm going to take a little 5, drink a little Rita, chill out, take a little 2 minutes and quench my thirst. And we'll take some calls this evening. I'll try to take as much calls as possible because I know last time I cut you short. So we'll try to see what we can do. And just a reminder, the young lady who won our competition, the grilling competition, I know you're watching right now, so let me just remind you. Could we get that slide back up, please, guys? Right? Could we get her name again? Zoom in, please. Yes. Vidya Ramnarayan Basant. You are the winner. So what you can do is contact me tomorrow, please, Vidya Ramnarayan Basant. And of course, we will talk about your gifts from Grilliant, especially your limited edition t-shirts. All right, so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high-quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
The results of increased oxygenation are spectacular. From improved cognitive function, skin rejuvenation, and better sleep, to increased energy, performance, and overall health, the Cure team has spent years inventing and perfecting this formula, so you can experience the amazing benefits of extra oxygen in a refreshing, ultra-smooth bottle of water. Welcome to Cure.
IBN can be viewed on the go now with the Airlink TV app for Google devices. Simply go to the Google Play Store, search for the Airlink TV app, download the app, click on the link and fill out the form. The account activation will be emailed or texted to the user. It's safe as no credit card is needed. The first 30 days are free and you can subscribe and receive a box for your TV to stream the same content.
And welcome back, my friends. Of course, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. Somebody just sent me a text say, I just feeling to give up. Don't know what to do. Again, police now give me a ticket. All how I beg them and tell them I have no money. Well, if they give you a ticket, what it is they give you a ticket for? And I keep telling people this. If you break the law, you got to pay the price. And whose fault it is that you may be speeding or doing what you're doing. So, really and truly, I really don't know what to say about that. Yes, we are hearing that many employees in state agencies have not been paid. What's up with that? We will find out. But let's open up our phone lines and hear what you have to say. We're going to take some calls and, of course, remember to keep it brief, please. 663-8373 or 645-4426. Those are the numbers to call. And remember, you could text me 684-4762. And just on a little update, what happened is that, just to let you know, with our hospital project we're doing, last week I made the call for people to come forward because we have gotten, assistance with the outer beams and we are working out with the inner beams now. We're up to 25% on that, so excellent. After one call last week, we have gotten 25% of what we need, so therefore we have 75% to go. And those are the support structural beams and the not the columns. What do you call them? The sub-beams and right, for the inside. So for those of you who have not done so, you could do so. You can contact me, 684-4762 or ASIM 383-4699, and of course make arrangements because this is a project that may not be repeated in our lifetime. It's a huge one and the benefits are huge. All right, so let's go to our lines. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
But there are more things going wrong in this country. There are a lot of things we just forget now. But something I want to talk about a while now, and it always in my mind. I've got the opportunity tonight. I want to raise it. After today, I read in the papers that police will be making some cases against people, which is, I don't know if it's discriminatory or is advantage or is just who have more power, exercise more authority over people, that the police can win a case against somebody who sue them because they're always doing nonsense. Today in the papers I've read where in a matter, a man waiting for the to pass judgment. The case has been completed. How much money he's entitled to. And if you hear that case, well, I'm trying to make sense of what part is making sense. Because the police is so incompetent. Not all, but a lot of them. And I don't know, there's a concept that the police will say, when you meet them on the street or they meet you on the street, they is the law. They have it wrong. They are not the law. And I don't know what to do now, how that situation now, because police have a problem with you putting camera in front of their face. But a lot of them, I've seen them drunk all about now, boy. I've seen police drunk all about. And anytime you try to make a report against a police, another police officer will frustrate you for making that report.
Never going to happen.
If you call the 999 and from the time you say police, man, every word
they
have
never
to
show up.
Repeat it, and then they will tell you, hold on, they have to write it down. And they will you could take a standard 2 child to write it faster than them.
Well,
anyhow, about this thing where people always have to be suing the state.
No,
and
right.
we
Now, watch
have to
me.
be
You have to be brief. You have to be brief because we can't go on and on because I have a set of calls. So you have to be brief.
Right. The country has to put something in place for offending officers trying to pay for their wrongdoing, not us taxpayers. Thank you.
Understand your point. Understand it. Thank you very much. And you're absolutely right because I said it before. There was a video clip with ASP Smith where on Baraka grounds, a gentleman who was not even close to him and ASP Smith walked up to the man and charged the man for obstruction. And that is a video clip that is on Facebook. So these characters, and I agree with you 1,000%. Look in my case when I was arrested in Chaguanas and it showed that the officers lied. None of them were held, none of them were held accountable for what they did. Similarly with my gun matter, where it was a lie, where police together with a civilian worked together to set me up. Big lie, and nobody else, a gun matter, a gun matter. And these fellas and them going out there and they are so-called upholding the law. So I agree with you. Let's go again. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
In Shan, the approval rating of Gary was in the 70s, right? 70% or more.
Right.
And the approval rating of the Prime Minister was 40-70%, right?
Correct.
So why, since the Prime Minister can move Gary, somebody can't move the Prime Minister?
No,
now it's time for you to be able to go in there and vote him out. That's your new job, to go in there and vote him out.
No, but if I go inside, I'll cough down somebody, boy. No, serious. Here happening. I telling you, I gotta cough down somebody there because them so stupid they're joking.
Well, I'm hoping that the PM does not win the next election.
No, you hoping? But yeah, I am going to do everything possible within the legal framework to make sure that this dictator don't ever step back in the corridors of power again. Everything I have to do, I'm going to do. I go in Tobago, and support Duke in the election.
But Tobago needs your help. We got to get rid of the PNM because they're really, and the man is really a dictator now. So you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. And to all my Tobago viewers, all you don't take God out of all your mind and vote that man, Spread the word. Here what's happening. The motto for the PM in Tobago, red is dead. You understand? All you run with that. Let's go again. Hello.
Yeah, Inchan, good night.
Good night. Go ahead, please.
Inchan, I come down Baraka ground Saturday, boy, and I was really, really and truly impressed with Julian, boy. I like how you do that place. Real professional. I want to comment you on that.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, but honestly, what going on with the TTPS, right? Listen, it's real simple. The whole population losing confidence in the TTPS again. Whatever confidence Gary bring up with the public, people just go in and go in. And anyway, you enjoy your night.
Thank you. But you're right. You're absolutely right. Imagine there was little or no confidence in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Now all of a sudden, you had officers who are happy doing their job. You had officers who were ticketing their people. Now officers do not give a damn because of what is taking place. And it is because of what is going on with Bliss and this one and that one and all the others. While we sit down and we like it so. Let's go to our lines again. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
With Pamela when she come and say Rowley.
With Pamela?
Right. Yeah, Pamela when she say Rowley set up not to take no Indian. To hire no Indian. And when they run down the man and catch him, he said Pamela pay him. How nothing can come out of that?
No, there's a lot of things you see on Facebook, but I don't take it on. There is a bunch of notices. But thank you very much, caller. All the best. Let's go again. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Insurance, Alaikum.
What's up?
Yeah, my insurance have a serious issue license officer for the Spain, boy.
It have a serious issue with every license in all office all over.
It have a license officer in Port of Spain. If a student does not pass money on that man, he's failing them insurance. This man traumatizing people in this country. Mr. Clark needs to look at this as a very serious thing and do business. As long as they don't pass money for this man, he's failing people's students. And that is unjust, man. Somebody got to fix this shit, man. Sorry about that. But somebody got to fix it.
No, but I agree with you. But you see, who encourages that are the parents that pay. Are the parents that have no problems paying, and then when their child go on the road killing people.
Yeah, but the man, the PDP officers know about it, and the man that's crying out how he wants to go business with nobody.
Yeah, but caller, do you know that that is written in under the contract of licensing officers in Trinidad and Tobago, where it have a large amount of officers must take a bribe, and if they don't take it, they might be fired? Do you know that is part of their regulations?
They have to be, maybe.
You have the good ones, and then of course you have a set of crooks there. And thank God in my days.
This man in business. Somebody got to do something with that guy.
No, but we're talking about it have doctors. If it have doctors next to license office when you go in, you might even get an exam and you get a certificate, a medical certificate, telling you you're qualified. So all over this country falling apart, this country going down, Guyana laughing at us now, and people stupid, they wouldn't wake up. People sit down in their homes and they don't care. We quarreling about, oh God, my daughter are vaccinated and my daughter might get COVID. This is to tell you how stupid we are. Let's go to our lines. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good night, Incha.
Good night.
Yes, calling with regards to the commissioner, the deputy commissioner in Eastern Division. 9 police officers has been charged 2 days ago and are on the job arresting and locking up people in Eastern Division. And the reason for that is because there is no commissioner of police to suspend the officers.
What?
So, yeah. So they are on the job charge, criminal charge. There was 1 night spent in jail. 9 are the officers. That was for throwing hot water on a prisoner. And the DPP gave instruction to recharge them. And they are on the job in Grande. So I just saying, see what happening to the TTPS.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, and of course, that matter, I'm glad that matter is coming back up. Well done. The DPP definitely, something was amiss in that. Let's go again. Hello?
Hello, good evening. Inchan.
Good evening.
Yeah, now, in Abu Bakr funeral, it had over 500 people there, right, and more. And the police and them was there. What they was monitoring, and watch how much ticket they could have issued in that funeral. And not one ticket was issued. So if I want to have, I'm going to have a wedding, I could have about 300 people in my wedding now, and then the police will come to harass me.
No, but here what happen? If you're getting married, get married in a casket.
In a casket, they mean a death?
Yeah. And what happens is that you put on it, right, gang leader or something, because, I mean, at the end of the day, this is exactly what you're saying there, is what the public saw. And I have said it time and time again, right? I have said it time and time again that the police in Trinidad and Tobago, a large section of the police service works for the criminal elements. And that is a fact. So what you saw there was no surprise. It was no surprise. Many people didn't have on their masks. And as I said, Monroe Road should not have allowed it. They heard. The management of Monroe Road made a mistake. They should not have done it because they allowed a breach of the law. They allowed the cemetery to have a breach of the law. Let's go again. Hello?
Hi, yes. I'm listening to all this hatred coming from you all. You all had plans for a long time to take over this country by becoming all doctors and lawyers. And look at what happened on Thursday. You all had 7 lawyers, and yet Kamala couldn't even know what to do. You all are just trying to break up this country.
No, but let me ask you a question, ma'am. We are talking. Hold on.
I don't want to listen to your nonsense again. Bye.
Okay, well, all right. She don't want to listen, but she's watching. And it's stupid people like her. I don't like referring to people as stupid. But the fact is that it's stupid people like her who allow us to be in the morass that we're in. Nobody said I supporting Kamala. I said it before. If Kamala in a coma, she will still want to go for election. Kamala is not able to win our next election. So I don't care about Kamala and all the people who are supporting Kamala. They have to be real dotish. Because quite frankly, you're supporting a dead horse right now. So when you come and talk about 7 lawyers and this and that and all the other, ma'am, you're talking stupidness. And by the way, you're still watching the program. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Just call on one final caller, guys. Yeah, hello. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, that today I went in a license office in San Fernando. I hold a driver's permit for over 35 years. Renew multiple times. When I went to renew today, them told me and the next person have the same number and them give me a different license number on my permit is a 8-digit number now them give me, and they say me and the man have the same number, so them cannot give me back the same number.
But you are one out of thousands. It have people with the same number plate in Trinidad and Tobago, so much less a driver's permit. And you know what? They gave you a new number, and the man who probably have your number, that number is probably the false one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so I think that's it there. All right, so folks, this is where we have to wrap it up. As I said before, thank you so much for your continued support. We are progressing well with our project down at Baraka Grounds, and in about 2-3 weeks' time, we're going to start moving to get the fabric. In fact, the fabrication of the steel will start from Monday, God willing. So you will start to see things progressing at a rapid pace in about 2 to 3 weeks' time. This entire week, we got held back because of the weather. And, you know, I have no problems with that because rain, you need the rain, we need the sun. So, you know, we appreciate both. The sad thing is when you're doing construction, you know, the stressors get with that. We look forward to seeing you, of course, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at Baraka Grounds. Of course, you could dine because we have outdoor dining. So you could come and relax with the family, chill out a little bit, and of course, observe COVID regulations. All right, so take care, be safe, and I will catch you next week for Breaking Barriers. Don't forget to go on YouTube and subscribe so that you could get the videos and watch the program live as well. Take care, Assalamu alaikum, and good evening.